Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I've got some actual Call of Duty Modern Warfare multiplayer gameplay for you. I'm playing on Domination on one of the medium-sized maps called Gunrunner. It's where smugglers are trying to run illegal weapons past a train yard. I thought this would be a good starting point because it was my very first match of the night, and given my more recent injury, it was actually my very first shooter game in almost a week. It shows me struggling to adapt, changing sensitivities, learning what's going on, and getting more comfortable with the gameplay, and then of course performing significantly better later on. Had to get off to quite a rough start in this one. Of note, I'm playing PC in this one. All of my gameplay is going to be on PC. I didn't play PS4 at all, and in this particular game, I'm playing with only other PC players, so it's very, very sweaty. Crossplay works just fine with Xbox, PS4, and PC. Like, Xbox and PS4 can join each other, PS4 and PC, Xbox and PC. Any combination you want to make, all three together, they can all join each other. But in this particular lobby, it's all sweaty PC boys only. We'll do crossplay in its own video. And for the rest of this video, I've kind of got like a massive information or fact dump for you to get the most crucial information out first. And we'll have more detail on several of these topics in upcoming videos, some of which will be today, along with criticism. Saving criticisms until probably a couple of days from now after the launch hype has slowed down and I've had some time to think about it. And believe me, I definitely do have criticisms of this game. Quite some harsh ones, actually, too. So fact number one that you're going to like, there is a nuke in multiplayer. You can earn a nuclear warhead in multiplayer. It's in the trailer that I got to see early that I unfortunately do not have access to right now tonight, so I can't show you the nuke in this video, but you'll definitely see it on launch day. As of tonight, nobody has earned it or figured out how to earn it, but it does appear to be a map ender. It's got to be some kind of very, very high gun streak or something, because Noah J went on a really big run in the 20v20 mode, and he still did not earn it. There is no season pass. They said that instead of like the whole like traditional season pass thing, they said they were going to eliminate the season pass completely. The new maps, the new modes, the new whatevers go to everybody. No more split player bases. I think PlayStation 4 still gets it a week early, but then after 1 week, it's everybody. Interestingly, unlocks, XP, progression, operator customization, camos, all that stuff works across all modes. So for example, you can earn experience towards your multiplayer unlocks or weapons for multiplayer by playing campaign, or you can do stuff in multiplayer Spec Ops and use that to customize your campaign characters or weapons. So it's sort of like one unified progression across the entire game because they want to be very inclusive with players, and I believe that was the design goal behind the crossplay as well, is that everybody needs to be included. We're not putting people in other playlists, we're not separating the people that don't buy DLC, we're not, giving PlayStation a big preference over Xbox, etc., etc. You're all getting treated pretty much the same, which is good. Most of the maps are designed for realism much more than they are for three-lane flow. One of the criticisms I'll throw out early is that this means they are cluttered, like real life. Real life is cluttered and messy and weird and, repetitive office buildings and stuff like that. That's pretty much what you're working with in this game. The map design reminds me more of Ghost or PUBG than anything. They also enjoyed the old 2 to 3 story power positions of COD 4 and sort of lovingly talked about how it was the secret sauce for their team deathmatch in COD 4, which was so successful, is that players created their own objectives around taking and holding these power positions and pooping on other people. The maps, as they say, have the plastic taken off of the furniture, so there's not too many invisible walls. There's a lot of stuff you can climb on, mantle on, there's a lot of like little weird paths and puzzles around the map. They said they literally hid parkour puzzles with big rewards hinting at streaks or pickups or consumables hidden for really good parkour players that find the secret stuff. Almost every map has doors and maybe light switches. I'm going to back up one. You can climb on a lot of stuff. I will say it's not super consistent. Some things you can climb on, some you can't, but the more obvious paths you can. There's a lot of climbing. I'm going to do that soon. But almost every map has doors and maybe some light switches. I didn't find light switches in this playthrough. I did in others. The doors can be opened slowly. You can just kind of creak them and throw a grenade in. They can be opened at regular speed. You can sprint right through them and bust them down Mirror's Edge style, or you can just throw explosives on them and blow them apart. Outside of explosives, I don't think you can break the door with shooting, which is a little bit weird. Most games you can. And I also don't think that very many of the doors are penetratable. Like, if you're behind a door, that's a surface that bullets don't shoot through, which is a little bit crazy. A lot more of the doors you should be able to shoot through. The maps that you're looking at, you'll see a lot of them over the next couple of days. Pripyat is another multiplayer map that is shown in the trailer that we don't get to play here. So good old Chernobyl is back in multiplayer. They have 2v2 maps, which are maps that are very small. That's for gunfight. They said that they designed these maps to be kind of like where operators would train and do practice missions and practice gunfights against each other with airsoft or paintball or whatever. 6v6 maps are a lot like what you're seeing right here. They're a little bit bigger, but still traditional Call of Duty size. And then they have some maps that accommodate 10v10 and 20v20 modes, which are just huge and crazy, and to be honest, I don't like them at all. I've got a whole video on how much I don't like the 20v20 map, but they're closer to Battlefield scale. They're really, really big. Let's talk about weapons briefly. All weapons in this game fire ballistic projectiles. I was incorrect earlier this year about them being hit scans. You know, memory doesn't always serve me correctly, but they're all projectile weapons. The speed or velocity or muzzle velocity of the bullets, their ranges, their kinetic energy, all of that, they added a lot of stuff so you can do physics equations, and they're all based on real life numbers. They actually got tables for guns and looked up the calibers of ammo and everything and put in the real life muzzle velocities and joules and grains and all that kind of stuff. 95% of them are real. They had to tweak 5%, mostly the pistols, for balance reasons to kind of keep the game functioning, but it's going to feel very real because most of them are running quite real numbers. And they even do like a damage calculation over range for energy, so that when you're trying to punch through walls at range, it's less effective than it is up close, kind of like real life, even though the damage that hits your body is kind of different. The damage in particular is mostly associated with caliber or grain of bullet, so if you know your real life guns, the higher caliber ones are going to deal more damage almost across the board. And gun customization is actually insane. Like, gun customization is on an entirely different level. I'm showing you just a little bit of it here in the Gunsmith. I have an entirely different video that I have to do for that. But you can just put, I think every gun has 30 to 60 attachments depending on the guns. Most of the pistols only have 30, but most of the other weapons have about 50 to 60 total attachments. Every gun has 7 to 8 attachment slots. You've got the trigger, you've got the rail, you've got the muzzle, you've got the stock, you've got the underbarrel grip, you've got so much stuff. And you have a perk slot. The perk slot, thankfully, in most cases, is not like a magic enchantment. It's like faster mounting, sleight of hand. Your bullets cause people to heal a little bit slower. It's auto heal in this game instead of stim. Things kind of like that. Oh yeah, headshots give you bonus experience, so you level up faster. All the prestige boys will love that. And you get 5 of these slots for free on every gun. So you have seven slots total, and you can put 5 of any attachment or one of the gun perks on there for free. For any gun. It doesn't take off of your pick 10 or your creative class or anything. So you can just load your gun down and kit it out. Every attachment has radically different effects, from your aim down sight speed to your sprint out speed to your idle sway to your muzzle velocity to your wall penetrating to damage to range to rates of fire to absolutely everything. And some of them have downsides as well. For instance, like a heavy barrel on your gun will increase your range and accuracy, but it'll decrease your hip fire accuracy and it'll make your gun handle slower, whereas a snub nose or short barrel will do the exact opposite. You can like ADS quick, but it's going to kick a lot more. And in many cases, especially in this game, I kitted my guns so poorly that I actually made my guns worse. But I guess that's a different topic for a different video. But there's just a ton of stuff that you can do with them. Kill streaks in this game are for kills only. You do not get rewarded for capturing objectives or getting assists or anything like that. It's just pure kills. There's no support streaks. There's no perk that makes support streaks. There's no score streaks, no OBJ reward. And there's also no specialist strike package. So running around like a juiced up super soldier is not going to happen. You do get hardline, which is one less kill per reward. And you get something, I think it was called battle charge, where your kill streak kills count toward the next one. Otherwise, it's gun streak only. The perks are mostly simple and aren't going to speed boost you or tank you up too much. I have a different video on that. And there's only 2 factions in multiplayer. Briefly, you can do a full reload, tactical reload to save your magazine for later, or an ADS reload in the game, all at different speeds and effects. The compass on the top shows you the direction of things, but there is no minimap whatsoever, so rough on that one. More on the minimap in an entirely different video, and the beta is going to be on September 12th on PlayStation 4. Guys, that is it for this video. I hope that you've learned something useful. I hope you enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. And you could also follow me on Twitter, because I have a lot of stuff that if you just want to ask a direct question, that's just a fantastic place. And lots more videos to come today. Drifter out.
Rushing them.